I know we're expecting 1 to 7 years right now, but what is the max he could get currently? And could he let people early for good behavior and insanity? No, good behavior and insanity are not something. Right now, the maximum he could get is 10 years in this Western District Court case. The Eastern District case hasn't started. So the most, like, the maximum he could get that's public right now is 10. However, if we get the deepfake charge, we're looking at something that could be up to 20, right? Depending on how they decide to charge that one, right? That's the max, but that's not the realistic number, because in Korean courts, they almost never give the max. It's rare they give the max. Although Ramsey is making a damn good case for giving the maximum punishment. There's an argument to be made, a legal argument, that the maximum punishment exists for a reason, and Ramsey Khalid Ismail is the reason for the maximum punishment. I mean, that's an argument you can make with a straight face. This video is the perfect summation of what happened to Johnny. This is the perfect metaphor in video format for what happened to Johnny. Watch this.
Okay. Whoa!
Ooh. Let's watch that one more time, shall we?
Okay. Whoa!
This is the perfect explanation in a bottle. Mwah. This is his life right now. This is just, it crystallizes everything. It says everything you need to know. If I turn this stream off, that is what his life is. That is what his life is right now. It's both pathetic and like almost like hilarious, but if people weren't getting hurt, it would be funny. Which must flow. C Chan says, hey, Andrew, I've been reading Arcane Nonsense. I've been working towards having him legally prohibited from entering Singapore. Awesome. I've submitted information to the ICA. Awesome. That's great news. And there's a lot of other countries where, if he ever tries to come there after he gets out from Korea, I think we should do the best we can to prevent him from going there. Especially countries in Asia, just say, hey, let's just keep him out. It's easier that way. It's just easier that way. Someone asked, Calvador Calagrias de Caril for 100 Argentina. Can the U.S. revoke passports to this kind of stuff without a foreign legal presence, like being denounced by their viewers alone for misbehaving? Yes, I have covered this multiple times. The U.S. can renounce a passport, can revoke a passport because of if a person is damaging the relationship between countries or damaging the image of the United States, tarnishing the image of the United States, there is grounds to revoke their passport. Johnny is doing that. Now, that provision is rarely used, but I think this is about the best case you're ever going to get for it. Seriously. Yes. Someone asked, is it the unintended benefit of the GPS watch? The police have full tracking history where RKI is, so he can't claim he was never near a reported instance. They'll have evidence. Yes, there's positives and negatives. So from an evidentiary standpoint, like you point out here, Densha, they will have a full tracking history, so they will know where he is. So that would be something that would help their case against him, because he couldn't like lie, but that's only if he doesn't take it off. If he was about to go commit a crime, what would he do? He would take it off and go do that, right? I mean, it's not an ankle bracelet. It's not like sewed onto his arm. So yeah, but yeah, there is an evidentiary value to it as well. I'll get to it. Ultra Fine Point says, I'm a recovering alcoholic. He's teaching Daegu, South Korea. I would never act or behave like this. Absolutely disgusting. To Hyungji, I'm so sorry. I love you. I hate this guy. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. And when people know that foreigners don't act like that, that's beyond. Like, listen, that's one where if I saw him doing that, like, I'll take the charge. I'm going to take the assault charge on that one. I'll take that hit. Kino says for 99, hey, enjoy your content. If Ramsey receives a full sentence, will Ramsey have to serve the full sentence, or is he eligible for early release? There's no early release in Korea. No early release, no good behavior. What they give you, you serve the entire term. That's why they tend to sentence a little bit lighter, because early release doesn't exist. Jim Velasco says, I'm going to Japan this week for the first time. I do hope these nuisance streamers aren't going to ruin the experience. I have bad news for you about Japan. Let me stop this for a second. Let me show you something. Just like in Korea with Hank and Johnny, this is literally, I think this is an Akihabara. I'm pretty sure it's an Akihabara. No, it's a Shinjuku. No, this is a Scramble House crossing. This is the Scramble crossing. So look what they're doing in the Scramble Crossing in Japan. And this is copycatting Johnny, right? This is literally a Johnny copycat. Have you guys seen this one? Right? This is just, and once again, enough is enough. Enough is enough, you know? These people clowning around, yelling, do Roman salutes and yelling in the Scramble Crossing. Like, it's just enough. And these are the next generation of nuisance streamers that are taking after Johnny Somali. They are actually copycatting. In fact, there's that particular streamer. I may have another episode on him, but he's doing he's following the same nuisance streamer cycle because they're seeing they can get away with it. And Japan also needs to come down on this stuff hard, right? They really do. They really do. It's a different channel. Kenny Trickster for 20 says, one can only wonder what type of home environment creates a person like Mr. Ishmael. He would be an interesting case study, but I can only tolerate so much of his cringe. Yeah, I had somebody contact me. I'm not going to dox them, but I've had many people contact me about like him, some people wanting to interview him or whatever, and they want to get my comments and other stuff like that. First of all, I really don't want to have much to do with anything that has to do with Ramsey or the people around him. But beyond that, anything that you would even talk to him about is not worth study, academic or otherwise, because he says whatever in the moment. What he says is useless because he'll say anything to do anything. He has no limits. So he'll just say whatever because he can and wants attention for it. If it gets him attention, he'll say it. Doesn't matter. Tyler says, if nuisance streaming keeps getting worse, could some facilities put cell blocks on their premises to stop them? Anything in the law preventing that? Yes. Most places do not allow self-help. However, some places like Japan do have exceptions to allow people to detain people. So I do think that one thing that would help with nuisance streamers, and this would be awesome, is if you catch a nuisance streamer in the act of committing a crime and they're streaming it, you have the full ability to take their phone from them and confiscate it from them, because that would mean they're like risking their equipment, right? So once again, you want to put all the pressure on the nuisance streamer. So you should say you're not liable for breaking their equipment or taking it from them, confiscating it for police. I think that'd be great. I think that'd be a great addition to the law, right? So, yeah. Real quick, also, Tia says, hi from Brazil. Do you guys know if Hank makes a living or is he an heir? He's an heir. In Korea, it's called Silver Spoon. His mother is very rich. His grandpappy was a famous prosecutor, so he is spoiled. Hank has not worked a day in his life. He pretends to be a student, so he gets out of military service, and he's planning to flee to China so he can try to get out of his obligatory military service. It's really. Let's watch something fun first, okay? So this is a real video. This is a funny video. This is from 2016, okay? This is a funny video. This is a real video. So in 2016, the Ramsey, before he was Johnny Somali, actually had an appearance on, in his internet TV fame here. I don't know if you guys knew about this, but this is a little hidden Ramsey history, and it's absolutely funny because it relates to it kind of relates to him. So we're gonna watch this one here. This is 2016. Remember, this is 2016. This is real. This is not made up. This is not fake. Watch this.
Hey man. Hey, I'm Dawson.
Ramsey.
Oh, hold on, let me.
Hey, I'm Dawson.
Ramsey,
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey man, so I just moved here, not really know anybody. I'm just trying to meet people. I just wondered if you maybe wanted to hang out or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Can I get your number?
Yeah.
All right. What is it?
What?
What's your number?
Nah, man.
Wait, did he get out of there? Oh shit. Did he get away? Hey, get back here.
Which relates to him because it's like, yeah, he could be shoved in that box too. So that's the old dwarf in the suitcase prank. The old dwarf in the suitcase. Mind you, he is not much bigger than the dwarf, right? So when the dwarf was standing up, he's almost Ramsey's height. You got to understand that. But that was a great prank. That was like Chef's Kiss perfect prank. And I just wanted to warm you guys up because we have a lot of stuff here that's not funny. That actually objectively is funny. Like when Ramsey talks about content, if he'd done prank videos like that, that's actually funny. That's actually really, really funny. So once again, you can have content that doesn't like disturb people and break their culture and offend them and create crimes. That's genuine fun, right? People say he was in on it, but even if he was in on it, it doesn't matter. That's the type of content that I'm okay with that. That's great content, right? So once again, when people say like, "Oh, you can't create content unless you're a nuisance," we all know that's BS. So some fun stuff. I found that